if Raven can get this last...
Leche find themselves pushed into zone by a Newcastle ult, but some huge PK shots turning everything around is incredibly known. Great little wall there to get some blinding down. Massive shots into the back of the enemy. CDS has had before, this time it's the low ground that is the advantage because of all of that space. Look at this. You can see the new ultimate of Lifeline coming down on the backside as well. Huge knocks by Alley-oop, gotten two there.
Hello everybody and welcome to another BIPOC Invitational hosted by It's Zaytoven. I am super excited to be here and I've always watched this, be in the background supporting this, stuff like that. Super cool thing, super cool intent behind these tournaments. I'm here with Oshi Dash. Pleasure working with him for the first time. How you doing, Oshi?
I'm doing fantastic, man. Thank you very much for having me on. It is an absolute honor to be able to be part of one of these events. Anybody who does know me, and even if you don't know me, it's pretty obvious that I am not a BIPOC individual, which is why I'm very honored to be able to be part of this, to be able to support the BIPOC community, both from the creator side, as well as the overall gamer aspect within Apex Legends. It's a phenomenal community. So again, thank you for having me on.
Definitely love that. And then you see here the scoreboard breakdown, all the team names, always funny team names in these tournaments. It's one of my favorite parts of doing the caster bit is see what everybody comes up with. We got I want to say that Team 7 there for Team 9 is a Naruto reference, for those of you who enjoy the show like I do.
It's gotta
I
be.
have to say, yeah. So casual 9-to-5ers, love that. Just trying to get some games in after work, felt. Two acapullas and a torta, personal favorite. Acapullas.
Thank you for saying that.
Puerto Rican dish, so I love that. So excited as always to see the creativity with the names.
The white dude that I am, especially Canadian white dude at that, right? I'm sitting here looking at the name going, how do I say two alcapurrias on those heavier legends for good body shots? As we hop over to take a look at everybody else, see where they're kind of going, making our way back instead. The rotates are just simple and smooth for everyone else as Penko and Leche find themselves in a bad situation with one down, but this is the strength of that Newcastle and the support meta that we have going right now. As you can see, the new ultimate of Lifeline coming down on the backside as well. Huge knocks by Alley-oop, gotten two there, gets all three. The quick scopes.
Going crazy.
Another third party. Roll on that 2-4 right there. Phenomenal job. I mean, it's the R3. It's a nice smooth gun in the first place, but phenomenal shots going down for real time right there. Picking up a couple hundred damage, just kind of keeping some pressure down and ultimately letting them rotate fairly safely from, again, a relatively wide open area. We do know that the zone is continuing to pull into this central area around Landslide. So watching everybody kind of making their way in. You can see Noiwu back here again, putting down another gen just in a slightly different location. There is players right in front of them. Another Bangalore actually being one of the ones that we see here, as you can tell by the smokes going down. Not that you can see here because there are smokes down. Stupid statement, but that's not the point.
Oh, and they're rotating in. They're definitely trying to make this push here, and that's going to be Raven, Vasky, and Dark. Very tough team in their own right, but this is going to be a tough angle to push regardless of how good they are mechanically. Ooh. Raven with the shots, and talk about recoil control. How about that, Oshi?
Talking about good mechanically. Holy cow. And this is the big play. You get that wall right up there. It destroys two walls at the same time. We got bubble and wall fights as the Mastiffs come out. The shotguns go through. Knocks come down on all sides. Raven still feeling pretty comfortable right now, though. Got a bit of shields left. Does end up cleaning that one out, going for the revive. And I think there's still one alive left on the other side, but they don't know where. I didn't see an elimination come up in the kill feed. I didn't see the whole team was eliminated, but I may have just missed that because they seem way too confident. There it is, 3 death boxes. That is 3 kills. What a push. I mean, you were very right. That was not an easy push to make, but those huge cracks from Raven with that R301 into the bubble fight, that's experience pulling through right there.
Newcastle Lifeline team. It looks like they did take out our Rampart team that was holding it down up there. So now we're flipping over to Hello Kitties. And the Eva is singing for Haunt. Zephyr goes down, Incidence goes down. It's down to the heroics of Haunt. The shots are landing for the Hemlock, and he gets it done.
monstrous.
Oh my goodness, the shots from Hot landing, starting with that crazy Eva spray from the jump. Elite heroics there.
And that was Raven, Darkite, and Vosky that they just took out right there. We talked about the experience difference in their initial fight. That right there was absolutely incredible. And if I remember correctly, that they're playing with a sub right now. This is not the team that signed up to play together. They had to call in a last-second player to join them on Hello Kitties.
I believe that was the sub too, the Pathfinder that just did all of that.
Talking about
put him on the TikTok there.
A safe push. One knock is not a safe push anymore, and I think that's the craziest thing about the support meta. As Cloak just went down, got rezzed, and immediately said, fine, I'm going aggro somewhere else, forget them. He just cues his way over on top of this crane here. Massive Nemi shots, gold Nemesis, by the way, coming down. That is not a knock somehow, but one of his teammates, Boogie, actually goes down on the backside. Boogie, by the way, also absolute gem of a human being, phenomenal person. Make sure you follow them on absolutely everything. But look at the DPS out of Cloaked right now. Just angles on everyone, buying all kinds of space, dealing all kinds of damage. That Zay going down from above had no idea that they needed to be looking up into this location. Chaos being created by Cloaked. As the last zone gets close, his teammate drops down with that wall. Boogie finds herself kind of low. Cloaked finding themselves in, again, just kind of a nice height little area. That little ring does come down, protecting them so that Boogie is able to get back up to full health. Again, remember that lets you heal faster in that ring. They've got the height, they've got the upper hand, they've got the shields, they've got the health. Can they get the last couple bullets in to close this out? 2 squads left, just the one we're watching and the one on the other end of their guns. That's game number 1. Game number 1. Where is it? Game number 1 ending? Is it gonna end?
They finally they get it done. They're Cloaked, absolutely doing everything necessary to make that a CDS win.
Gets a little bit of a tickle on 2 of them and sees 2 blues, and Cloak says, okay, and goes in with the Mastiff. Sitting on 4 kills, 2,500 damage just about in their hands. I mean, phenomenal gameplay. We've seen phenomenal gameplay and nothing but phenomenal gameplay out of this entire CDS team so far, as they once again find themselves with this controlling height. Like you said, that God spot, the exact same situation they were in terms of game 1. They were able to convert it that time. Will they be able to convert it again as Pencon Leche find themselves pushed into zone by a Newcastle ult, but some huge PK shots turning everything around. Raven picks up a knot, Ain picks up a knot, Toxic knocks Raven though. Knocks going back and forth from both these teams. It's finally ends. Pencon Leche are the ones that go down or go out in the end, but not without very serious, probably permanent damage for this game to Dogs, as the full kills came down from the 2 members that got knocked. Darkite finds himself as the last one here. He hears a revive going off above him, but it is all walled up. You're not going to be able to walk into that. No free kills for you. Cloaked picks off Keisha. Zaffy picks off Cloaked.
But they do get eliminated. Zaffy doing his best to try to hold it down for the remainder of that team. Now CDS, now I don't know. I don't think they're gonna be able to
Cloaked dies here.
Yeah, I think it's maybe.
They do. The Newcastle pull is going to be able to get him out of there. They have the lifeline. And again, I'm going to call one more change to the game that came out recently. When you get revived, you do have that health regen as well. So very beneficial there. This has got to be a fast little res coming off for Handicap here as well. 2 members down and zone closing on them fast. They have a little bit of cover behind this Newcastle wall, and a little bit of cover with the mobile shield on the other side of them, as well as another res has to come out. That's 3 now. The Rapping has not had an opportunity to heal themselves. Finally able to pick that up. 2 squads left. All of those reses, they managed to survive through everything else. Dogs and Hello Kitties both gone out in the kill feed there as well. This is a 3v3 as far as we could possibly be aware right now. Looks like it still is. It looks like Handicap's position is incredibly known. Great little wall there to get some blinding down. Massive shots into the back of the enemy Newcastle. Mari ends up going down. Super glide in and out and everywhere. The Newcastle doing everything that they could, but Handicap comes out on top in the end there. I mean, that was some movement, but it didn't amount to any damage.
Yeah, no, it definitely was wild to see the Newcastle fly across the screen. but did not matter. Like you said, Mari wrapping and Nuggets getting the dub here, game 2. Thought we might have a back-to-back there. CDS was in a really good spot there. I think it was just really well played by Handicaps. Like, that was just a matter of the timing of that, the Catalyst wall coming down with the Newcastle tactical and the way they played it, wrapping to not getting tunnel vision. He saw the Newcastle fly by him, flicked to him, did the damage. Just textbook.
Yeah, Skoden in the top 3 here is phenomenal because, again, we've been saying it, they have not had the best opportunities, the best situations in the games thus far.
Oof.
Raven is an absolute monster with this Kraber. He is knocking everyone. 1 bullet left, but when there's only 2 other squads, you can make that count very, very easily. They're already making their little rotate. Nice little bunny or wall jump there to get over that. That's a piece of tech I just cannot master no matter what I try. I cannot get the wall jump up sideways like that. The drop of the ult excel, by the way, huge. Ult excel's hitting that purple rarity, not too easy to come by anymore, which I think is a fantastic change in the wall meta in particular. But anyways, the drop of it means that Raven's going to be able to get this wall down. Look how close they are to center of zone there as well. The movement on this guy, calm down. You're a coach.
Yeah, just M&K player doing M&K things, getting the move around, getting the RE45 as the zone starts to close. We see Darkite has Bosky gets rejected, return to sender for Bosky as he thought maybe he could catch somebody overextending. They get back quickly, realize the error of their ways. Bosky coming back to the team. Now they're going to wait to see if Raven can get this last hit. And he can. 189, switching back to the RE. Are they going to use that? No, I don't think that's not the opening they were looking for. So still just chilling. They're in a good spot, like you said.
It does a huge amount to stall out both of those teams. You can see them. They're just going to eat this damage from that, eat the stun from their own ult right there. Darkite obviously eating damage because they were the one who threw it. But the big thing was it stalled out those other 2 teams. It forced them to fight one another. We talked about the high ground CDS has had before. This time it's the low ground that is the advantage because of all of that space. Look at this. It's an absolute firing squad. Dogs picking up that dub. Now, again, we said they are unquestionably going to be on match point after this game. They would have been at match point probably just with the KP, but that doesn't matter because you have to start the game on match point. They will be starting the next game on match point. It is going to be the decider, probably. The way that we have seen this go, the teams that have been winning are the teams that are sitting on match point. It's going to be very interesting to see if anybody else can even try and roll up to keep up with Joy Boys, with CDS, with the Dogs, because quite frankly, I don't know who's going to contest those 3. The revive goes off as well. But they don't have the customized cover of a Newcastle.
Yeah, which obviously is why Newcastle has been so used, as we see Dogs trying to get a feel for everything, as everyone's going to move out of this building at the same time and try to make it work. We see it not really working to that team. Team 7 eliminated, just getting deleted out there. Dogs are trying to hold it down. Bosky gets cracked. People are making entry. Oshi, it is happening right now.
Everything is going to hell right now as all of these teams start looking at one another. The zone started closing in, the rotates started coming through, people started vying for space. Look at this Golden Beagle just holding against the wall right now of this building. They have their one wall down. They're trying to make sure their backs are cleared out. Penko and Eche find themselves in not the most fortunate situation, but they make the most of it. Handicap eliminated on the backside right there. That was a whole lot of kills on their side, but of course, Joy Boys smell blood in the water, want to get involved. They're looking for the final dub if they can get it. They pick up all the kills. Penko Leche did have the kill leader, but they don't anymore. Golden Beagle taken out on the side. We're down to 3, 2 of which are on match point, if not all 3. Man, what? Last eliminated. This is our last game as we have Dogs versus Joy Boys as the last 2 teams alive.
Straight up 3v3 happening here. Joy Boys versus Dogs. The 2 teams have been on an absolute heater these last couple games, and we see Util coming out. Nades getting deleted by Newcastle walls. Zaytoven's going to try to avoid the ult. Does not happen. Takes a lot of damage. Catalyst wall coming down. Zaytoven's gonna go down. Darkeye starts the battle, gets traded out. Raven goes down. It is 2v1 now. Phonyhead weak, but it does not matter. Joy Boys are the BIPOC Invitational champions.
That was a huge opening knock, but they were unable to convert it. The absolute firepower from the backside of Joy Boys cleaning everything up. I'm not going to say this was as rigged as last night's fight, but it might look like it to some people as Zaytoven wins his own event.
Gotta love it, man. Like I said, Phony, Raven, right? Like the two guys, they woke up. Pro League pedigree coming through there, obviously all the way till the end. Obviously, we were looking for that real big end game there, Oshi, but you also can't draw it up better than a 3v3 match point team to win it all.
No, I mean, you had the last two teams in a straight 3v3, the host getting beamed first in the fight, but still managing to come out on top. That's pretty dang ideal for the way that it finaled out. I do wish that we had just a little more drawn out of a fight, but quite frankly, when it comes down to two teams with skilled players like this, it's like a samurai fight historically, right? Which is very similar. I don't know if you ever watched any of the extended universe Star Wars stuff, Clone Wars or anything like that. The last fight between Darth Maul and Obi-Wan Kenobi scripted very much the exact same way. Samurai fights was 90% posturing, 1% actual blows landed. That's why that fight did not last very long, is it's because the two teams had the opportunities, the opening came through, and unfortunately for Raven and the rest of the dogs, it was not a situation where they were able to fully capitalize because they left a bigger opening for, I mean, all of Joy Boys to just roll straight through.
Yeah, Zaytoven took all of the damage, but also all of the focus for that team on that push. And it was just perfectly executed by Vigo and Phonyhead. Recognized it, took the opportunity to make space. As soon as Darkeye gets that knock on Zaytoven, he turns and has two beasts in his face ready to get him down, gets the knock, tries to jump off, does not work. And, you know, the rest is history. We saw Phonyhead and Vigo clean up there to secure the game and the tournament.
Yeah, and it looks like we are going to have an MVP already noted for this game based on kills, wins, overall score, and damage. It is going to Cloaked. 26 kills, only a single win. 26 kills, one win, total score of 70 with 11,617 damage. That is a disgusting rate of damage to kills. And quite frankly, getting that much with only one win, that is disastrous. That has got to feel a little disappointing.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely could see this being the case, though. Cloaked, as an individual player, for sure had the best tournament. Raven probably had the best single game we had seen out of anybody in this tournament, but Cloaked had that for four games or something like that before we saw everyone else kind of wake up and start to catch up. So and you'll be able to see it on the scoreboard as well. Even though they're in third place in kills, still a pretty big gap for the 29 kills that is next. So they definitely separated themselves from the pack. But at the end, it was Joy Boys and Dogs who really made that final push, that late game push. It's going to be our top three Joy Boys take the tournament. You know, sometimes we see with match point, right? So someone else is like, oh, but I got the most points, like match point, and we see the arguments about match point. Joy Boys left nothing to debate about. Joy Boys like, we're going to take the points and we're going to take the match point game, so you guys can't say nothing to us.
And that also means that they're taking the money home with them, as well as we broke down in the original graphic of the day. Sorry, my brain's fried after only a couple of hours. You can see right here, first place taking home $255, just split between all of them. Second place $225, third place $105. So it isn't like the Dogs are going home with nothing. It isn't like CDS is going home with absolutely nothing. You know, they are managing to take some cash with them, but I want to give a quick shout out. I don't normally do this, but to absolutely every single team: Duvalin, Ohana, E-Kittens, Black Attack, Casual 9-to-5ers, Team 7, Golden Beagle, Interstellar, Bread Sandwich, Man What, 2 Acapurdias and a Torta, Skoden, Beast Mode, Revival, Pencon Leche, Handicap, Hello Kitties, all phenomenal gameplay from all of you. Thank you so much. I know a lot of you didn't get the amount of screen time that any of you deserve. You're all phenomenal content creators and individuals, not just for participating in this event, but for everything that you give to the Apex and the BIPOC communities as individuals. So thank you all so very much for being here and being part of this. I'm sure Zaytoven is going to give a lot of kind words to all of you for being here as well. I know how much these events mean to him. So thank you all so very much.
Yeah, you know, and like we said, this is a showcase for everybody as much as it is like a competitive environment. So please, if you're watching, go give these creators a look, go give them a follow, catch their streams, catch their content. I know they post on TikTok, Twitter, some on YouTube.
Blue Sky, Blue Sky, Blue Sky, Blue Sky, Blue Sky.
Blue Sky.
Everybody
too.
get to Blue Sky. leave that place. Be done with it.
Yeah,
Blue Sky
sure.
is fantastic.
Definitely go give them a look. Well deserved all across the board. So it's been an honor to cast this tournament, honor to work with you, Oshi. First time we got to do this, and I had a blast.
It's always a fun time being on mic in the first place, but having a fantastic personality beside me for the entire evening, always an absolute pleasure. So thank you very much, Tipsy Feifei. I don't know if your socials are the same as your name. Mine certainly are. Where can they find you? Do you stream? Are you just on Twitter? Where are you?
I've been falling off with the stream, but recently had a work change, so hopefully I'll be able to get back to it. But yeah, it'll be the same Tipsy Fifi on everything when I do post. It's gonna be not Apex, it'll probably be like Halo content or Call of Duty content. But yeah, that's where I'll be at.
Sorry, I was going to say, I think that's the funniest thing about tonight for me is honestly, it's like this is a whole Apex tournament and we've got two Halo boys sitting here doing the commentary for it. Like the both of us grew up on Halo 2, so it's phenomenal. But yeah, anyways, make sure you check out Tipsy on absolutely everything. If you end up streaming again, buddy, I'll definitely make sure to tune in myself. I don't stream. This is my only screen time that I do for anything like this. It's just on this commentary. You can find my socials, Oshadash. Make sure you don't miss any of the H's. There are 3 of them. Everybody always misses one. You find me on absolutely everything. But even more importantly, like Tipsy said, find all the creators that participate in this event. Make sure that you follow Zaytoven himself on his own personal stream. Yeah. If you haven't already, and I don't know why you wouldn't if you're going to be sitting here watching this, make sure you follow Team Inferno as well. Not just the Twitch channel. Follow YouTube. Check their socials. Follow on absolutely everything because, quite frankly, they deserve it. And let me tell you, the merch that they've released recently, worth a look as well.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I got the hat on. And that's one thing I did want to say. Big thank you to Zaytoven, obviously, for putting something like this on. And Team Inferno in general. If you follow Team Inferno and their people at all, you know, stuff like this is a priority for them. To give a showcase and a safe place for people in minority communities is something that's at the forefront of their vision, of their CEO's vision, Jazzrez, who is an awesome person as well. And that's why I like working with Team Inferno so much. So, again, plugs them, shout outs to them. I appreciate the opportunity as always.
Yeah. All right. We're going to kick out for the night. Absolutely fun time. Everybody have a safe and fun weekend, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.